If you live in Australia right now, you probably thought, why does everything feel so expensive even when I'm earning more? And you're not just imagining it, it's not just inflation. There are specific reasons why your money feels tighter right now, and most people don't fully understand them. So in this video, I'll break it down in plain English. Why everything feels expensive, what's actually causing it, why it feels worse than the numbers suggest, and what you can do about it. Let's get straight into it. The things you can't avoid are getting more expensive. The first thing to understand is this. Prices haven't gone up evenly, and that's what's catching people off guard. The biggest increases are happening in things you can't avoid. Your rent or mortgage, groceries, electricity, petrol, insurance. These aren't optional. You can't just cut them out in most cases. So even if inflation sounds low overall, it doesn't feel that way when your essential costs are up 10 to 15% or more. Think about everyday life. You buy the same groceries. Nothing fancy, but the total jumps from $80 to $120. And you're thinking, what the heck happened? You didn't upgrade anything. It's just more expensive. Petrol is another good example. Fuel prices have gone up a lot recently due to global supply issues and conflict in the Middle East. So even if you're driving the same amount, you're paying more every week just to get around. And when all these essential costs rise at the same time, that's when people really feel it. Because you can cut back on eating out or shopping, but you can't stop paying rent. You can't stop buying food. And you can't avoid electricity or fuel. And that's the real reason everything feels so expensive right now. It's not just inflation, it's where the inflation is hitting. Housing is taking a bigger chunk of your income. If there's one thing really driving this feeling right now, it's housing. Whether you're renting, paying a mortgage, or trying to buy, it's expensive. And more importantly, it's taking a bigger share of your income. For many Australians, housing is around 30% of income or more. And if you've got a newer mortgage, it can easily be 40% or even 45%. Now think about what that looks like. Say you get a pay rise, maybe $300 or $400 per month. Sounds good, but when your rent goes up $100 a week, that's $400 gone straight away. Or your mortgage increases by a few $100s. And just like that, the pay rise disappears. Or even worse, you're now behind. That's why people feel stuck, because even when income goes up, their biggest expense goes up faster. And it's not just repayments, it's insurance, maintenance, council rates, etc., all creeping up in the background. So when housing is taking up such a big chunk of your income, there's not much left. And that's why people feel like, I'm earning more, but I'm not getting ahead. All the small costs are adding up. It's not just the big expenses either. It's all the smaller recurring costs that slowly creep up over time. Your phone bill, subscriptions, insurance, school costs, random fees. Individually, they don't feel like much, but together, they add up quickly. Your phone plan goes from $49 to $59 a month. That's only $10 more, right? But it's another $120 a year. Subscriptions, same thing. A few apps here and there can easily turn $50 into $100 a month. That's around $1,200 a year. Then there's insurance. You renew your policy, it goes from $1,200 to $1,500. Nothing changed, you just pay more for the same thing. Now multiply that across everything. Car insurance, health insurance, home and contents, all quietly increasing every year. Add in school costs, kids' activities, and random fees, and suddenly you're paying thousands more per year. And it's not because you upgraded your life, but because everything just got more expensive. And that's why it feels so frustrating. You're not spending more on better things. You're just paying more for the same life. Which leads me perfectly into the next point. You're paying more for the same life. This is the part that frustrates people the most. You're not upgrading your lifestyle, but you're paying more for it. Same house, same car, same habit. Nothing has really changed, but everything costs more. You're not living a better life. You're paying more to maintain the same one. Think about your car. Same commute, but petrol costs more. Or your insurance. Exact same cover, but the price goes up again. And you didn't even make a claim last year. Even something simple like takeaway. What used to cost $40 to $50 for two people, now it's $70 to $80. Nothing's improved. You're just paying more. And sometimes the portion even gets smaller. So even if your income has gone up, it sure doesn't feel like it. Because those increases get absorbed by rising costs everywhere else. That's why people feel stuck. On paper, things look fine. But in reality, it feels like you're going backwards just to stay in the same place. Wages haven't kept up for most people. Yes, wages have gone up, but for a lot of people, they haven't gone up enough. Here's the simplest way to think about it. If your income increased by 5%, but your key expenses go up by 10% or more, you're effectively worse off. Because even though you're earning more on paper, your money isn't going as far. That extra income gets eaten up almost immediately. And sometimes it doesn't even cover the full increase in your costs. So you're left trying to make up the difference. That's where the pressure comes from. It's not always obvious when you look at your payslip, but you feel it when you're paying bills, filling up your car, or just trying to get through the week. And over time, that gap starts to wear people down because it feels like no matter what you do, you're not really getting ahead. It's not just financial, it's mental. This part doesn't get talked about enough. It's not just about the money, it's the mental load that comes with it. You're thinking about money more often, and not in a good way. You're comparing prices, second guessing purchases, cutting back on things you used to just do without thinking. Before, you might have gone grocery shopping or paid for things without really stressing. Now you're checking prices more carefully, looking for specials, switching brands, maybe even putting things back at the last minute. Sound familiar? And it's not because you want to, but because you feel like you have to. Even small decisions start to feel heavier. Do I really need this? Can I justify this right now? And that constant decision making adds up. There is such thing as decision fatigue. And it's not just tiring financially, it's mentally exhausting. because you don't really get a break from it. It's always in the back of your mind. And that's a big reason why everything feels so overwhelming right now for many Australians. Life feels more restricted. At the end of the day, this is what it really comes down to. It's not just that things cost more, it's that your options feel smaller. People are delaying holidays, no more yearly Bali trips. You're eating out less, skipping activities, putting off big decisions. Not because you want to, but because you feel like you don't have a choice. Things that used to feel normal now feel like something you have to think twice about. Even simple things like going out on the weekend or booking a short trip start to feel like a bigger decision. And over time, that changes how you live. It suddenly becomes a new normal. You become more cautious, more hesitant, more restricted, and that's what makes it feel heavy. Because it's not just about spending more money, it's about feeling like you have less freedom in your own life. So what can you do about it? Now, before anything else, I just want to say this. Times are tough right now for a lot of Australians, and that includes a lot of you guys watching this. I know, because you send me messages, emails, and comments. Costs are up, pressure is high, and you've been feeling really stretched with your money. That is completely understandable. You're not doing anything wrong. You're just dealing with a tougher environment. But here's what actually matters, what you do about it. Now, unfortunately, there is no magic bean solution here, but you can start with this. Go through your last 30 days of spending. Not in a complicated way, just open your banking app and have a look. See where your money actually went. Most people are surprised by what they find. That alone should give you some clarity. Next, pick 2 to 3 expenses to optimize. Not everything, just a few. For example, you can call your insurance provider and ask for a better rate. And if they don't give you a better deal, switch to one that does. Check if you're overpaying for your phone plan. Cancel or rotate subscriptions you're not using. These small changes can easily save you a few $100s a month. Then look at your biggest expense, which is likely housing. You don't need to make extreme changes, but even small adjustments matter. Getting a housemate, negotiating rent, moving to a cheaper location, refinancing your mortgage, these are changes that actually move the needle. Now on the income side, don't just hope and pray it increases. Be intentional. Ask for a raise, apply for higher paying roles, or pick up a simple side income. There are hundreds of ideas on the internet. Go have a look and have a go. Even if you can make an extra $100 to $200 a week, that alone can help offset rising costs. And here's a simple money system that actually works. When you get paid, move a fixed amount into savings straight away. Move a fixed amount into investing and live off the rest. Even if it's just $50 or $100 to start. The amount doesn't matter. The habit does. You don't need to do everything at once. Just pick 1 or 2 things from this and start. Because the goal is not to be perfect. It's to slowly get back in control. And once you do that, things start to feel a lot lighter. By the way, if this video resonated with you or you made it this far, comment the words "feeling the pinch" down below so I know who you are. And if you're new around here, what are you waiting for, mate? Hit that subscribe button and join this amazing community of like-minded people who are all trying to level up their life. Also, make sure you're following me on Instagram and X, where I post heaps more lighthearted and sometimes funny finance content. And if you want to go a bit deeper, you can sign up to my free email newsletter, Aussie Money Club, where once a week I'll send you some money tips, major news in the market, or any cool updates from me. And if you want to learn how to start investing in Australia to get a little ahead this year, check out this video on screen where I'll show you a step-by-step guide on how to start investing in Australia as a beginner. And as always, thank you for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next video.